What is happening? Welcome back to The Past is Alive. Thank you all for joining me tonight for another episode of the Weekend Recap, the series where I showcase the things that I bring back from flea markets, antique malls, card shops, all kinds of places like that. And we are a week behind on this. I didn't get to make one of these last weekend, and I found a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to try to speed through this episode somewhat quickly without me having to talk like the Micro Machines guy.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines.
Got a lot to rip into. We got some baseball cards, a bunch of baseball cards. We got vintage toys tonight, wax boxes, you name it. It very well might be in this video. That might be a little dramatic, but you know what I mean. So we'll start off with the very first thing I picked up. This was immediately after Scott Rowland was elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's 1995 Bowman. It's a sealed box. One of my favorite sets of all time. And I knew I had to pick one of these up before they skyrocketed. And there wasn't really a whole lot on eBay, so within 5 minutes of him being elected in the Hall of Fame, I bought one nearly immediately. So I wanted to grab it. I've been collecting Bowman boxes sealed for the last couple of years, and I just been dragging my feet. Haven't picked up any lately, so I was like, I gotta grab this now. Picked that up online on eBay a couple weeks ago, so I'll add that to my sealed collection. I will not open that one up. And excuse the paint on my fingers. This is a special paint finger edition of the Weekend Recap. Last weekend I went to a place called Somerset and also Johnstown, searching for rookie cards, wax boxes, etc. And the one place in Somerset had some wax. You know, typical prices, $20 for these boxes, but I wanted to stock up on some boxes to rip for Needle to Wax Stack, the monthly series, chasing after these elusive autographs and rare cards in general. This is 92 Fleer. Clemens is an autograph, possibly to pull from 92 Fleer. It's one I've not ripped in that series yet. Some of you may cringe at the sight of that box, but it is one I'll be opening at some point here. Another one I picked up from out in that area was 90 Upper Deck. This is the Find the Reggie Jackson autograph high number series. I think that was like $25, something like that, which is kind of typical for 90 Upper Deck. You'll find a Ben McDonald error in there. That will also be ripped for Needle and Wax Stack. And this one was pretty wild. I don't really ever see boxes of these Nolan Ryan cards from 1991 Pacific. I remember these came out back in 91. I didn't really like them that much just because they weren't in Beckett. That's kind of how I determined what cards I liked and what I didn't. If you weren't in Beckett, which Pacific weren't back then I didn't like them because I didn't know how much they were valued at or anything else. So this is actually the second series, and I didn't realize like how rare these Nolan Ryan boxes are. You see the sets all the time, but the actual boxes are tough to track down. So this is one that I passed on originally. I thought it was cool, and then I actually went back and picked it up. But I wanted to rip this in search of the one Nolan card in here where he's spitting blood everywhere. It's kind of an iconic card. I think it is at least. But it's actually in Series 1. It's like number 95 or in the 90s. This is Series 2, so 111 through 220. But I'm going to keep this sealed in my sealed wax collection because after just searching eBay real quick, there's like one or two boxes of those on there, maybe at most. And they were priced much more than I thought they would be. So those were a few wax pickups. And I grabbed some cards from the flea market also that weekend. I picked up an O'Neill Cruz 2022 Topps rookie cards, actually Topps Chrome. That's one I didn't have. I think it was like $2. So I had to get that from my rookie box. And then these two were paired up together. I think I got something else too, and I can't remember what the third card was. It was like $100 for all three of these. But Henderson rookie card, if I see it for like $40 or less, I'm not going to pass on it typically. I remember like 5-6 years ago, I was finding Henderson's in great condition for like $10, which was nuts. But this is one of the cards that got me back into the hobby too in 2013 when I was seeing them for like $20. And I was like, wow, that's a $200 card back when I was a kid, and I never thought I would own it. So now I typically buy them if I see them for good prices. But Henderson 80 Topps, that's probably like the fifth one I have now, but couldn't resist. And this is a pretty sick one. I was stoked on this. For my rookie box, it is a 1948 Bowman, and it's Hall of Famer Ralphie Kiner. So the back has a little bit of stainage to it, but did not bother me at all because it's going to go into my rookie box along with the Warren Spahn rookie and everything else in there. So I was pretty pumped to find that because it's not one I typically see in the wild, and I would really much rather find these cards out in the wild as opposed to just clicking a few buttons and having them show up in my house. It's so much more fun to just come across them randomly. So those were a few pickups. I'm kind of spacing this out because that was last weekend, and then this weekend I found a bunch more stuff. So I was keeping them all separated for the time being. I went to a card shop out in Greencastle, PA called Kevin's Cards. We're going to check out everything I got from there here pretty soon. But we'll finish out last weekend's finds. I got these 2 random boxes from this antique mall in Somerset. This one guarantees a jersey card. Each box was $5, and it's got neat little wrapping paper on it. And like the way I see this is it's got a cool Griffey insert on there from Collector's Choice. I'm like, that's worth a few bucks by itself. And then this one was $4, this little smaller box. And this had a 93 Select Pack on it. Like, that's pretty awesome because 93 Select Pack alone is worth $4 to me at least. Those are like $100 boxes. And possible Jeter rookie card to be pulled out of there. So let's cut into these and see if let's see what we can find in here. I've opened these a couple times before, but it's been a while. So the $4 box. Again, I'm going to try to go through this rather quickly because I don't want this video to be super long. What? Why is there hockey in here? What is up with that? It had a baseball pack on top. Oh, it's mixed sports. Before it was like all one sport. That is deceiving. Of course, Von Hayes is going to be in the very first stack. There's an early Sean Kemp card. Ryan O'Reilly. If I pass over any prominent rookie cards from other sports, feel free to scold me. I've never seen that Jose Cano card in my entire life. But Glenn Allen Hill, 91 Fleer. Got some more 91 Fleer goodness coming up for you later in this video. So, there's nothing too crazy in here thus far. Second year Rob Blake. Lorenzo Wright. You're not going to find anything wild in here. You're not going to find like a no-name on the front or any high-dollar cards. Joe Montana. But you'll find like some stars and stuff like that. And I was like, it'll be cool to open and see what I can pull out of here. And like the 93 Select Pack was drawing me in because I don't get to open those very often. And maybe I mean, you got a chance at Jeter for $4. I will take that chance, especially in Select. There's Dante Bichette rookie card, Horace Grant. So we will savagely tear our way through these and then check out everything else. Larry Walker, a piece of history. I'll have to open a box of those at some point here. This is a good way to get rid of all your commons too, and sprinkle a few stars in the mix. Emmett Smith, Eric Young, caught stretching. But I did not know they were going to be multi-sport, though. They never used to be. James Morgan rookie card. Ray Knight. Squeezing one out. So, to me, this doesn't really have too much appeal to it. Because I don't know who the hell most of these new athletes are from other sports. So, I probably wouldn't buy it again. Just knowing that it's not all baseball. But, that's just me. I'm kind of stoked about there's a Jose Lean, of course. There's a shiny Shake Milton. Don Robinson. J.J. Watt. I could have passed over like something decent, but I don't think you'll really find any cards in here that are valued at more than like $1. If you're lucky, probably. Templeton. Seth Curry. Some 90 tops to tickle your fancy there. Sam Horn. There's J. Bell rookie card. I was definitely in a top loader in my household back in 1989. J.R. Reed rookie card, Luke Robitaille, Fred Lynn laughing about something, and a Dana Barros rookie card. So nothing that really jumps out at me, but let's see what we have in this team-bagged 93 Select Pack. It's the real reason why I bought it. Got 15 cards, 15 chances for a Derek Jeter rookie. Let's see if I can find it. Or maybe we'll find a nice insert card. The Tim Wakefield fake rookie card in here that I was pumped on as a kid. Steve Hosey, Moises Alou, JT Snow. This was definitely one I was stoked on as a young lad. That was a hot one. Not a rookie card, but second year. Phil Plantier, Harold Baines, Bobby Thompson, jumping around. Ken Hill, Wally Joyner, Oral Hershiser, and Roberto Kelly. So, no Jeter, no prospect cards. Let's see if we got better luck on the $5 box. So obviously we got the Griffey inserts taped to the box. That alone to me is, you know, half the value. Tim Tebow. So we got the exact same thing again. Let's just go through these somewhat quickly and see if there's any. There's like Greg Brock. This is a card I was always talking about before. When I was a kid, I definitely thought this was actually his hair in the background. It's actually palm tree, but I thought he had some crazy heavy metal mullet in that, and I was always indifferent about that card because of it. Brooke Fordyce, Hojo. So, Quinones, Gary Varsho. It's a pretty cool card. I've never seen that before. 2002 Upper Deck. I don't know if it's like a subset card. The whole set looks like that, but it's pretty neat. So, more commons being bestowed upon me. DeMar DeRozan, Prism, it's a decent one. Rafael Santana on that disgusting side eye there. Somebody really pissed him off that day. Albert Bell. Remember when Marlins cards first came out, I was like super stoked on them. Moyer, Fleer, Hardball. It's an interesting one to throw in there. Jack Morris. Brian Clutterbuck. Too bad it's not his 90 tops with a sweat-stained hat. And I don't think there's really anything too crazy as far as hockey goes in here. That's why I'm kind of skipping over all of them. I'm sure some people will be furious about it. Eckersley. But the best cards you're going to find in boxes like this are probably like Jack Morris and Eckersley. Maybe Lee Smith. I don't think you're really going to find any Griffies. At one point, it's Gary Carter. At one point, I was definitely finding, like the one box I bought had like a bunch of Manny Ramirez and like inserts and stuff in it. There's a filthy Roberto Kelly. It's like somebody backed over it, the four-wheeler. I don't know why that's in there, but somebody wanted to get rid of that apparently. So, Ellis Burks, Diamond Kings. Marlon Burts. You see some cool cards. If you do TTM, this might be something that's up your alley for $5. For me personally, being like an error and rookie card collector is not really going to be too much in here I'm going to find. There's my jersey card, though. So this one has that Tatum Bell from SPX. Winning Materials 2. 07 SPX football. I know Tatum Bell's name, but I couldn't tell you much about him. Gene Larkin. So that's the hit. Those are one per box in the $5 boxes. And these cards are... Why does it have a crease in it? Sparky Anderson with a big crease in him. So, kind of disappointed about that. Not because I wanted the card or anything, but like that's just kind of some crappy quality to put into your boxes. Put cards with creases in them and fecal matter and whatever else. And does that count as one of the cards? Why is that in there? Why is Match the Stats in there? Oh my. Well, at least we got a Griffey insert. Chris Sabo, of course. We all know why and that he would be in there. No escaping him or Vaughn Hayes, apparently. So, overall, I probably wouldn't pick up one of those again unless there was another pack of 93 Select or something along those lines. Those were most of my finds from last weekend, I think. And then this weekend I went down to Maryland for the day on Saturday. Found some cool stuff, went to some antique malls I haven't been to in a while. One of the first things I found down there was this freaking sweet Ghostbusters folder from 1984. And I was pumped on this. At first when I saw it, I'm like, that's gotta be vintage because obviously they started making Ghostbusters stuff again the last several years with these reboots and whatever other tripe that they're putting out. But this is an original from the original movie with the original price tag on it. Was 85 cents at one point in time. And I was stoked to find this. It was $3. Someone wrote on it in pencil, luckily. But I love this oddball novelty Ghostbusters stuff because a lot of this stuff got thrown away many, many years ago. This is something I've never personally seen and has an advertisement and a mail-in for T-shirts, which is freaking awesome. So, pretty stoked on that one. And for $3, wasn't going to pass on it. And then also, I came across this. This was pretty cool, too. Some of you guys that grew up in the 80s and 90s may remember this show, Exo Squad. I know somebody, I think, sent me the entire series a couple of years ago because I never remember watching this when I was a kid. But I was like, that is freaking awesome. And it's sealed. Like, not too many cartoons from the 90s lasted and are still out there sealed to this day. So I was pretty stoked on that. It was like 75 cents. So I was like, that's a pretty awesome collectible. Exo Squad. Let me know down in the comments below if you remember this cartoon, 45 minutes. It was a cartoon from 1993. And the toys are actually very, very valuable, and they're tough to track down. And don't really ever see Exo Squad stuff. Another place I stopped at, I came across this, and I had to pick it up. So more wax. This is from 1993. I paid 28 bucks for this, which I thought was a pretty decent price because it's not a box I come across often, and you have a chance to pull Bonds autographs and Gary Sheffield. And I saw a Bonds autograph from this set at the card show recently in my hometown, and it was kind of faded too. I think the guy was asking about 100 bucks for it, so they do carry some value. And you got Jeter in this set too, Chipper Jones, a bunch of other guys. And I figured, needle and a wax stack, I'm going to want to get some, variety of boxes, so I'm not opening 92 Fleer, 90 Fleer over and over again every single month and not finding those chase cards. So I was like, let's give us something different to look at and maybe find one of these autographs. And maybe we'll open this, in like a week or whatever for a needle and a wax stack and see if we can pull a Brian Taylor or one of those autographs. So I was pretty stoked on that. And then was really pumped on the next find. Before us, you see here the original Kenner Real Ghostbusters Firehouse, released Christmas time '87, early 1988. And it's missing the ecto containment unit, but everything else is there. The pole's there, the sign, the doors, everything else. And now we have before us the Ecto 1A, complete with figures, and onto a collector's case. One I already had, but not in as good condition as this. Some more figures in there, the sign, and then the guy threw in this this movie book as well for free. So that was pretty awesome. So I thought that was freaking awesome. I haven't really brought home a lot of vintage toys or anything like that lately, and I have a Firehouse already that's complete and it's on display. I also have one sealed in the box, but I couldn't pass on that for 100 bucks with the Ecto 1A, the figures. All the decals still on there. It just looked freaking amazing. I could not leave that behind, and it was an amazing price. So I had to bring that home with me. And the very last stop from my weekend, I visited a place in Greencastle, Pennsylvania on my way back from Maryland called Kevin's Cards. Here's a panorama of what you'll see whenever you first walk into the store. Quite a selection there. The first shelf I noticed was this wall full of update and traded sets, a lot of them marked at just $1, and a ton of boxes of singles. You have a whole bunch of sets up top. You have vintage low-grade singles, rookie boxes, everything on those shelves. Behind the counter, you'll see a bunch of blaster boxes, modern stuff, and then the showcases are stocked full of vintage rookies, stars, Hall of Famers, a whole showcase dedicated to slabs, and an entire shelf dedicated to the wax that we all love. So phenomenal shop. They literally have something there for everyone, as you saw in the videos. Kevin is a great dude. Here's his information. Kevin Miller. There is the address in Greencastle, PA. It's about 2.5 hours away, but I know that he's involved in the card shows that they do there, I think almost monthly at the mall. And you name it, Kevin definitely has it there. If he doesn't have it, I'm sure he will get it in because so much awesome inventory. You could spend literally days in there and probably still not see everything. But Kevin, very hospitable. Definitely gave me some great deals. I will definitely be coming back. But let's check out everything that I brought back from Kevin's Cards. Also met a guy by the name of Mike down there. Mike's a subscriber. I've talked to him for a while off and on. Also a very nice dude. He's the guy that told me about the shop to begin with. So shout out to you, Mike. Thank you for putting Kevin's Cards on my radar. If you're out in that area, definitely stop and check it out. You will not be disappointed. But as soon as you walk in, there's a bunch of sets on the shelf almost inside the front door. And great prices. I know we're looking at some junk wax stuff here, but $1 for 90 Fleer Update. I think Kevin said he had an entire case of these that he got in. I would never pass on that for a sealed 90 Fleer Update. Obviously, Frank Thomas rookie card is in there. John Allrood, Kurt Schilling's first Fleer card. But $1 for that. I had to buy, I think I bought every one I saw on the shelf because I'm like, that's amazing. I can't turn that down. And same with 91 Fleer Update. It's a set that I don't come across all that often. I know people hate 91 Fleer in general, but you got Jeff Bagwell rookie card in there, Ivan Rodriguez. To me, both those cards are worth $1. And it's a sealed set. So I bought several of those while I was in there. This is also an awesome set on the same shelf. This is 91 Upper Deck. This is the final edition set. You got some Hall of Fame rookie cards in here. You got Pedro Martinez, one and only true rookie card in this set. Also, Jim Tomey's rookies in here. Got Kenny Lofton, Dimitri Young. But another awesome one. This was $3. Wasn't passing on that for $3. And then I came across this, which is pretty wild. I've been seeing this a decent amount lately. I just finally watched Facing Nolan on Netflix recently, and I had a ton of respect for Nolan Ryan before I watched that documentary, and now I have even more than I already did. And I had to pick this set up. So this is like the first series before they came out with Series 2, 110 full color cards. So this has the iconic blood spitting card, which is pretty wild. And Kevin hooked me up with one of these. Team bag stuck to there. But this is something I've wanted for a long time. I just never picked one up. It's the iconic 89 Upper Deck set. Obviously the Griffey and all the other big name rookie cards that are in here. But I had a few of these in my store, but every time I would see one of these or come across 89 Upper Deck, like the Griffey's the very first card of the set, it's always missing. So I have one sealed now for my sealed set collection, which isn't like massive or anything, but I add to it here and there. And this is definitely one that I needed to have in that collection. Obviously, when I was a kid, this was the set to have. So I finally own it all these years later. So major thanks to Kevin for hooking me up with that set. He has a bunch more of those too. If you stop in there, definitely grab one of those. I got singles while I was there. Also got wax. He's got a big wax wall, as you saw in the video, and I had to pick up some more wax for the monthly rips. Obviously for Needle and Wax Stack, the Mickey Mantle Search continues with Series 2, and for only $20, I don't think you're gonna find these for anywhere else that cheap, that I know of at least. $20, that's a great deal. It's like half of what they've been going for the last couple of years. And then one of these, Star Minor League boxes are elongated and they're awkward, but I've never opened one of these from '89. I don't think. I've opened maybe packs, but I will definitely see some familiar faces in this rip. Series 2, I didn't look up and see exactly who's in this series, but I'm sure there's definitely some funny photos and some big name stars of tomorrow that we'll find in this box. So I had to pick that up, and the last few things I got from there, some rookie cards. He's got a showcase full of slabs, and there were some pretty awesome deals on those slabs, but I couldn't buy everything I wanted to. I spent $200 total in his store. This is one I just couldn't pass on, and Kevin's like, you want that $60? So cutting all kinds of deals. This is Bollywood Jr. Paper Prospects, a Gem Mint 10 from 2020 Bowman. So first Bowman Bollywood Jr. I feel like you can't go wrong with that one, and especially for $60 for a 10. So I was like, I'm picking that up. He had Wander Franco's in there for dirt cheap that were 10s. Just an entire shelf full with nothing but SGC PSA slabs, just all kinds of stuff. This next one. This is 73 Topps Mike Schmidt rookie card. I have one. I think mine has a crease going through the one corner, I believe. I haven't looked at it for a while, but I think so. And I think he gave me this Mike Schmidt rookie for $25. I'm like, I don't think I'd ever pass on that, even though it looks like it has feces on it. It's a pretty sharp-looking card if you can get around the dirt stains or feces stains. Like overall, the eye appeal isn't awful for the centering on it and the cut and stuff like that. And I was like, it's $25 for Mike Schmidt. You know, Schmidt rookies are hundreds of dollars. So I was like, I'll pick that up. It's Ron Say rookie card also. But yeah, I grabbed that. I think it's like moisture damage or water damage. But to me, for $25, wouldn't pass on it. The next one. This is actually probably the last thing I'm going to show you in this video, honestly. From Kevin's Cards, I ended up picking up a rookie card that I bought a few years back, but I found it in better condition. I think Kevin sold me this for $60 or maybe $75. I can't remember. It's Jim Palmer's 1966 Topps rookie card. And I picked this up as a honey hole years back. Here's the one that I got. I pulled it on my rookie box in a urine-colored top loader, but they look kind of close, but the one I picked up is definitely nicer than the one that I had before. And it's crazy because I probably bought this 4 years ago, maybe. $13 is what I paid for it back then. And obviously, vintage went nuts over the last couple of years, but honey hole prices were very, very awesome. 13 bucks is what I paid for that one. And I'll probably sell this one now, honestly, and keep the one I got from Kevin's Cards, just because it is going to replace that in my rookie box now. But overall, I mean, the centering-wise, they're pretty close. But this one definitely has better corners and edges. So, again, major shout out to Kevin's Cards, Greencastle, PA. Hit him up, stop in, check him out. Appreciate you, Kevin. And also, Mike, thank you for the hospitality while I was in town. And I appreciate all you guys for watching this video. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite thing that I picked up was. I always love to hear from you guys. And I will see you all back tomorrow night for the Sweet Spot Turn Back the Clock Tuesday. And also, Wednesday, the live baseball card sale will be on the Whatnot app. If you're not familiar with how to get on there, comment down below and I will direct you. That's it for tonight, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you tomorrow night.